Good to see you again. Thanks for checking this video out. I'm Rich. This is Six String Fun. Again, I'll ask you now, if you like this video or any other videos, subscribe, like, hit the bell. Really, all of your feedback is super important to me. So comments down below, request, odds are I won't know it, but I'll try. Let's try to keep the communication open. I know we're all kind of hunkered down in the home still at this point. So, let's just be positive, and sooner rather than later, we'll be out of this. So, what I wanted to go over in this video is part 4 of the R30 Overture / medley. Part 4 is a passage to Bangkok, and for me, and this is just one man's opinion, I think that this was the song and this was the album, 2112, where you really started to see the progressive nature of the band start to come out. You might have seen bits and pieces of it on the previous album, Caress of Steel. I think this was the album you really started to see what they were looking to do, especially in this song. And I'm going to go over that as we take a closer look, to the chords and what we're playing here. But again, great tune. This is probably a little bit of the tougher ones to learn in the series of the R30 Overture. So it'll take some time. That's why you got this on video. You can rewind, go back and forth, as many times as you need. But it's really cool, good rocking tune. And let me know questions, concerns, as I mentioned before. We'll comments below. But enough talking. Let's kind of get into this one. Again, a passage to Bangkok, the R30 Overture. All right, so we are going to take a closer look now at the fretboard here for a passage to Bangkok. This is the 4th part of the R30 Overture / medley, however, whatever you want to call it. Again, from the R30 release. I guess it was 2005 it was released. Show was in 2004. So, but again, a lot of you're combining your bar chords and even some of your open chords. Okay. So a little funky sometimes with some of these chords. And then in my opinion, the first time you're really going to see the band, I mean, you can nitpick on this, but I think this is one of the first songs, at least for me, where you saw the prog coming out of them. It was odd time signatures, and in the part of this song, you'll see it for sure. So let's just kind of go over, close up. There's a pretty cool riff. You go into some chords, some bar chords. So there's a lot going on in this song. So let's just kind of dive right in here. All right. So you've got that opening riff, okay, and you're starting off on that E string, your low E string, okay, and then the rest of the riff is going to be based on that the high A, the low, just an A string. That's all you've got. There's one A string. So it's going to be. So what am I doing there? So I'm hitting that low E, and I'm going to the 7th fret on the A string. And really what you should be doing is, and it might take some time, in between each of these notes you're playing on the A string, you should be throwing in a note on the low E string. So you're kind of alternating. So we're going to be going from 7th fret on the A, 4th fret on the A, 3rd on the A, 2nd on the A, and then we're landing on the G on that low E string. Whoops. Again. So again, it's going to be. Okay, so that's that opening riff there. Okay, so and really from there, you're kind of gonna go right into the chorus, I guess, of the song. I meant the verse actually. So it's gonna be the same type of pattern. You're gonna have those same roots, but we're playing chords now. Okay, so E power chord. To the D, E, D, to the B, C, and then what you're doing here, now it depends how you want to use your fingers for this. You're going to be playing the C, but you've got to reach over now to get that B on the bass, but you're keeping these notes here fretted, so it's okay? So again, E, D, E, D, B, to the C. So maybe if we just kind of do it this way with these fingers. C, and I'm going here to the bass, right? And you're landing on the G, okay? So it's the same thing as the intro, but we're just playing chords now. Okay? So a little bit of a variation there at the end on that C. You're not going back to the G. We're just kind of going back and forth between those bass notes. So all together again. Okay, and then we're gonna get into the chorus. In the chorus, you're gonna be playing some open strings as well. Okay, so our open chords. Okay, so it's D, G. Now what you're doing here, you're playing a G chord here as well, but it's the D shape, okay? Okay? D, G, and you're coming back to a G right here, I guess it is, okay? And then, so again, he's really kind of utilizing these top three strings here, the high E, the B, and the G, okay, for that section. So it's D to G to another G, just an inversion there, and you're using a different chord, okay? And then what we're doing here is we're kind of playing, I guess it's another type of D, okay? So what this one here is, first finger, E string on the 5th fret, and then what I do is I have my pinky on the 7th fret of the B string, and then ring finger on the G string of the 5th fret as well. Back to the D. All right. Let's try it again. D to the G to another G here to the D to the D again to your G, and then we're just kind of grabbing that bass note as well to an A. So you want to go to the power chord or an A here, or even that A5 he tends to play sometimes. And you're just going to kind of hold that A and strum that A, okay? Second time around, similar but different. So what we're doing here is D again to the G to that G again, but now we're adding our pinky to make it suspended. So it's going to be the pinky going to the 8th fret of the high E string. Back to that D, to the G. To that A, if you want to do the A there, or the A there. So all together. Pretty straightforward there as well. This is where it gets interesting, this part. So, pretty straightforward with the chords, right? So it's a B to an F sharp, G to the A to the D. But this is where the time signature is going to change on you. So what you need to remember is you're going to play this cross-section of notes, you're going to play 3 times. Your first time and your third time will be in the same signature. The middle one changes as well, okay? So it's going to be 2, 1, 2. So you've got to kind of wrap your mind around that time signature. So to be 2, 1, 2 for each of these chords you're playing the first and third time around. So first time. So that's going to take some time if you're not used to that type of signature before. But again, it's going to be B, F sharp, G, A, back to that D. So it's going to be 1, 2, 1, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 1, 2 for all that, okay? What gets thrown into the works here is now when you come back for that second time around, it's going to be 2, 1, and then 3. So you're kind of throwing in another beat now, which really, if it took you a while to get that first one down, you know, you've got another job ahead of you now. So the second time around will just be this. You're just adding one more hit, one more note to the back end of that 2, 1, 2. It now becomes 2, 1, 3. So it's kind of tough to play that slow, at least for me. So you maybe hear the changes, maybe you don't. But again, I'll do it all together right now. And it's going to be 2, 1, 2 the first time around, 2, 1, 3 the second time around, and then we're back to 2, 1, 2 third time around, okay? Then it goes into Cygnus at that point, basically. I have to go back and look at that one again. It's been a while. But again, that's basically how that one goes. So that back end of Bangkok is really kind of funky. So that's really kind of it in a nutshell. This one's going to take some time. If you haven't played this before, you're not used to those time signatures. Again, this is why I said, for me, this is where they really became prog, if you're looking at their career. Just my opinion, though. I mean, I'm sure everyone's got an opinion as well. So pretty straightforward there. Check it out. I guess the only other thing I can kind of walk you through is that... yeah, maybe not. Maybe we're not going to do that one. But there's that little riff at the beginning of the song off the album where... yeah, you can figure that one out. But it's right around there. There you go. That's it right there. But you're just kind of playing it up here. It's going to be right here. Right there. So, you know, little Easter egg for you there. So, but, you know, give this a shot. Let me know your thoughts. You know, comments below. Would love to hear if this helped you out. And, you know, I'm really curious because there's a lot going on in here. So again, the 3 major parts. Ooh. Right, so that's the first one. And then it just kind of, again, you're doing the same thing with the chord. Right? And then... and then just a bit of a variation. Right? And then it goes into that odd time signature we just looked at. So give it a shot. Let me know what your thoughts are. This is definitely probably the most involved thus far for the R30 Overture / medley. But I can assure you, as we get into the last 2 pieces of it, Cygnus and Hemispheres, there's a lot of work there as well. But we know we'll get into those sooner rather than later, I hope. And get any questions, comments below, like, subscribe. You know, we'll see you soon. Thanks again.